To understand the hidden light, we must first examine the vessel that holds it. Historically, this verse emerges from a clandestine meeting under the cover of darkness. Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews and a master of the outer law, comes to Jesus, the master of the inner law. They speak of mysteries that the intellect alone cannot grasp. Nicodemus asks how a man can be born when he is old. Jesus responds not with biology, but with pneumatology, the study of the Spirit. In this context, the verse is the explanation of the why behind the how. It is the justification for the necessity of spiritual rebirth. On the surface, it speaks of a creator sending a messianic figure to save humanity from destruction. However, to the initiate, it describes a cosmic operation that occurs continuously within the universe and within the human soul. Let us now unlock the deeper vaults of this passage using the 7 liberal arts, the ancient keys to the temple of understanding. Through grammar, we analyze the structure of the divine sentence. The verse begins with the word for, indicating causality, connecting the act of salvation to the nature of the source. The subject is God, the universal. The object is the world, the material, and the bridge is the sun, the particular. It is a grammatical descent from the infinite to the finite. Through logic, we see a divine syllogism. Premise 1, the nature of the source is love. Premise 2, love requires giving of its own essence to that which it loves. Conclusion, therefore the infinite must emanate a finite aspect of itself to bridge the gap between eternity and time. Logic dictates that if the source is eternal, that which connects to the source becomes eternal. Through rhetoric, we feel the persuasion of the soul. The verse does not command, it invites. The phrase, "whosoever believeth," is the rhetorical open door. It moves the heart from fear of perishing, of loss and entropy, to the hope of everlasting life, which is permanence and unity. It is an emotional appeal to align one's will with the divine will. Through arithmetic, the numbers reveal hidden blueprints within chapter 3, verse 16. The number 3 represents the Trinity, the thinker, the thought, and the thing thinkable, the number of spirit. The number 16 is 4 multiplied by 4. 4 is the number of the material world, the 4 elements and the 4 directions. Thus, 3, spirit, stands above 16, matter. If we reduce 16, 1 plus 6, we arrive at 7, the number of perfection and the seeker. The verse structurally represents spirit influencing matter to create perfection. Through geometry, we visualize the shape of this truth. God is the point, the center of all things. The world is the circumference, the edge of existence. The sun is the radius connecting the center to the circumference. Without the radius, the circle has no definition. Everlasting life is the circle itself, having no beginning and no end. The verse describes the geometry of consciousness extending from the center to the edge. Through music, we listen for the harmonic resonance. The sun is the logos, or the word. In the esoteric tradition, the universe is built on vibration. God so loved the world is the fundamental tone, the drone of the universe. The sun is the harmonic overtone that makes the sound audible to human ears. To believe is to tune one's own instrument, the body and mind, to resonate in harmony with this cosmic frequency. Through astronomy, we look to the heavens and the solar allegory.
The sun, God, is the source of all life, yet it is too powerful to touch directly. It gives its rays, the sun, to the earth, the world. The ray is of the sun, yet it touches the earth. If a plant turns towards the light, it lives. If it turns away, it perishes in darkness. The verse describes the astronomical relationship between the solar logos and the planetary recipient. The single most profound mystical teaching here is the doctrine of the microcosmic incarnation. The only begotten Son is not merely a historical figure, it is the divine spark residing within you right now. Esoterically, God is your higher self, the monad. The world is your physical body and lower personality. The sun is the Christ consciousness, the bridge between your animal nature and your divine nature. The verse is a formula for your own existence. Your spirit so loved your experience in this physical reality that it poured a portion of its consciousness into your heart. The inner secret is that you are not the body that perishes, you are the consciousness that was given. When you identify with the spark rather than the clay, you unlock the state of everlasting life, not as a reward after death, but as a state of awareness in the present moment. To walk this path, first practice the arithmetic of prioritization, placing the 3 of spirit above the 4 of material concerns. Recognize that the material world is the effect, not the cause. Second, utilize the music of speech, speaking only truth and kindness. Understand that your words are vibrations that shape your reality, just as the Logos shaped the cosmos. Third, engage in geometric centering. When you feel the chaos of the circumference, travel the radius back to the center. In meditation, find the silent point within. That is the sun, the link to the source. Finally, live the logic of love. The verse says God gave because he loved. Therefore, to have a consciousness free from fear, you must become a giver. Radiate your own light and do not hoard your gifts. By giving of yourself, you prove that you are connected to the infinite supply. You do not perish because you flow like a river rather than stagnating like a pond. Walk in peace, knowing that the bridge between the finite and the infinite exists within your own heart.